NFL. The NFL really starting to look like the NBA right by now, ain't it? Ain't it? They ain't want that. They really ain't want that. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're gonna talk some football. Houston Texans football. Today we're gonna talk about the Deshaun Watson trade. What's taking so long? Why is it taking so long? What dominoes need to fall in place for this trade to finally go down and happen? We're gonna break it down, but before we do that, like I've been telling you the last couple videos, the goal is to reach 5K, 5,000 subscribers. We reach 5K. I'm doing a very, very special giveaway. Man, we are almost there. We are so close. Y'all are turning up. Y'all are turning up and showing out. We are almost at 5K, but we ain't there yet. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. You want to be a part of it, but the only way to be a part of it is to get the channel to 5K. So you know what you gotta do. You gotta do your part. You gotta like, share, subscribe, send it to your homeboy, your homegirl, your cousin, your next door neighbor, anybody like sports, anybody like YouTube content, anybody like sports YouTube content. Put them on game. Like them on game with the channel. Like I said, it's all season. It's going down. Put them on game with the channel. Let's get the channel to 5K. Like and share on all social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. If you still MySpace, whatever, any type of social media platform you use, share it on there. Also, follow me on social media. The links in the description below. We also giving away 30 days free with Amazon Prime. You sign up for Amazon Prime, you get 30 days free. Hit them links in the description. Follow me on social media. Share this video. Let's get this channel to 5K so you'll be part of the special giveaway. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. You want to be a part of it. And hey, we are almost there. So anyway, let's break it down. Like I said, what dominoes need to fall for this Deshaun Watson trade to go down? What needs to fall? What really needs to happen for this to go down? My personal opinion, I know last time I talked to y'all, I said I was leaning towards Carolina, and you get conflicting reports saying Carolina out, Carolina in, Carolina out. We know for a fact that Cleveland is out, and to be honest, Cleveland never really had a chance. Like there was really no real reason why he should go to Cleveland. Like if he went to Cleveland, Ohio, somebody needs to check him. like he needs to get evaluated if he chooses Cleveland, Ohio. But that's a conversation for another day. But it's really between the Falcons and the Saints. My personal opinion, I think he's gonna end up in Atlanta. Hometown. I mean, everybody want to talk about Carolina because Clemson. Like he's from Gainesville, Georgia. The key word in that sentence is Georgia. He was a ball boy for the Falcons. He grew up a Falcon fan. He said numerous times his favorite player was Michael Vick. Ward Dunn gave them a house. Like what else? He's a ball boy for the Falcons. Like what else do you need to know to say that all ties point to Atlanta? Not to mention he reached out to Atlanta. Everybody else, the Panthers, the Saints, Cleveland reached out to him and reached out to the Texans. He reached out to Atlanta like, hey, get into this mix. Also, Cleveland, the Saints, and Carolina flew to Houston to come see Deshaun because Deshaun still lives in Houston in the offseason. Deshaun went to Atlanta to visit the Falcons. Now, the Saints also got on the Saints owner got on the private jet and flew down to Atlanta to go talk to him. So we know that. So we know that they are very aggressive leaning, like he said, he's torn and all those type of things. I think he's buying time. Personally, I think he's buying his time. The reason why I think he's buying his time because I think the Falcons have to find a trade partner for Matt Ryan. If I'm not mistaken, I think Matt Ryan has no trade clause too. Correct me if I'm wrong. If y'all know the details about Matt Ryan's contract, comment below. But I think he has a no trade clause from my understanding. But what I do know is this, because he did just get a contract not too long ago, maybe within the past couple of years, that they have to move on from his contract to take on Deshaun Watson. They cannot trade for Deshaun Watson while Matt Ryan is on the roster. And I think they were going to restructure his contract before this whole option of Deshaun Watson joining the Falcons emerged. So because of that, I think that I think that that's the domino. That's the domino that needs to fall in this equation. It's Matt Ryan. If it's sending Matt Ryan to the Colts, because you see the Colts tried to get into the Deshaun Watson mix, and we were like, nah, player, y'all in our division. We not rocking like that. So if the Colts might be getting in with the Matt Ryan sweepstakes, who knows? Maybe the Titans. Now Cleveland. Now because Baker Mayfield is requested a trade out of Cleveland because his feelings is hurt. Could Matt Ryan end up going to Cleveland? Like could Matt Ryan go to Cleveland? If I'm not mistaken, I think he's from either Philadelphia or the Pittsburgh area. I know he went to Boston College, but I think he's either from the Philadelphia or the Pittsburgh area, somewhere over there. So Pennsylvania area. So could the Eagles get into the mix? Could the Steelers get into the mix? Who knows? Can Seattle even get into the mix? Could other teams get into the mix? Because one, they wouldn't have to give up as much to get like it would be to get Deshaun Watson. Like that's the reason why I think the easiest thing will be the Colts, and I think Matt Ryan will probably want to go to a team that's a already built team. So the Colts will be a good situation. Pittsburgh is a historic franchise. Like I said, I think that's close to home, if I'm not mistaken. Pittsburgh and Philly, I think both of those franchises will be closer to his home. So who knows if he feels the same way about going home. Cleveland does have a decent roster, especially defensively, and they wouldn't have to give up any pieces. They would just have to give up maybe a couple picks here and there. Seattle, who just got a massive haul from Denver. They don't have to use none of that. Like basically, damn, they're not really not much of that capital to even bring in a Matt Ryan, and he will have receivers in DK and Noah Fant as a tight end, Chris Carson as the running back, and Tyler Lockett as the other receiver. So Matt Ryan could end up going to Seattle. So these are some teams that, and like I said, the Titans who were the number one seed in the AFC this past season. Could they get into the mix? Could they get into the mix? Once you see the Matt Ryan move, then I think that's I think that's the car that's holding up traffic right now. Is Matt Ryan. I think once Matt Ryan gets moved, I think then you'll see the Deshaun Watson move to Atlanta. And I know I said last time I don't see why he would go to Atlanta outside him it being his former favorite team, it being close to home, sentimental values. Why would he go to Atlanta if they end up giving up Kyle Pitts? Will Fuller said he ain't moving to Deshaun to get signed. I said this a couple videos ago that Deshaun could pull a power play. Bring me Will Fuller. Now I did see that Allen Robinson ended up signing to the Rams. But Jarvis Landry did visit the Falcons not too long ago. He could end up getting a Jarvis Landry. Could end up getting, like I said, Will Fuller, the old running mate. Some other type of free agent guys. Guys could sign cheaper free agent deals to go to Atlanta because it's the ATL. Go to Atlanta and they got Deshaun Watson. And that kind of takes off some of the blow of losing Kyle Pitts. I do think it's to be honest, I think it's going to be a stretch to get Kyle Pitts. I think that'll be the cherry on top. I'm thinking more so on the lines of getting AJ Terrell, which I really like. I actually like that piece if they bring in AJ Terrell in this situation. As far as the capital comes back, you get the 3 first-round picks, the 2 seconds, get AJ Terrell. I'm cool with that, to be honest with you. If that's the trade, 3 firsts, which one of those firsts includes the 8th pick in the draft. Then they got 2 seconds, which is the 43rd and the 58th pick in this year's draft. That gives you 7 picks in the top 8. I mean, in the top 80, because the Texans have the 3rd pick. They would get the 8th pick would be the Falcons pick. They have their pick, which is 34. They will have the Falcons pick, which is 43. They will have the other pick, which came from the Titans, another 2nd round pick, which would be 58. Then they will have their 3rd round pick, which is like 62, if I'm not mistaken, 61 or 62. And then they would get, that'll still be a 2nd round pick. Is actually, I think it's 65. Yeah, 65. I take the way. Yeah. They'll get the 65th pick and then have pick 80. Because I know the last pick in they last pick is the 80th pick. That's 7 picks in the top 80. 5 in the top 50. Well, 4 in the top 50. 2 in the top 10. Let that sink in. 2 top 10 picks. 4 top 50 picks. 7 top 80 picks. In a draft that's loaded and especially that's deep when it comes to offensive linemen, defensive linemen, things like that. Come on, man. It might not be deep with running. It might not be deep with quarterbacks. But there is some other talent in this draft. Come on, man. And you also get back at AJ Terrell. Like I said, y'all know what I'm talking about doing with that 3rd pick in the draft, drafting Kyle Hamilton. If you want to take that 8th pick and move back, move forward, whatever. If you want to take a couple of those seconds and jump back in there, back half in the 1st round, the possibilities is endless with those 7 picks. With those 7 picks they will have in the top 80, not to mention still have two more years to have double 1st round picks in next year's draft and the draft after, and then you get back a stud, AJ Terrell, who's been balling for the past 2 years, especially, like I said, I really wasn't too much high on him coming out of Clemson, but he's impressed me since he's gotten to the NFL. He's worked on a lot of things that I thought was holes in his game. He's worked on some of those things, and he's actually become especially in zone, become a damn good corner, in my personal opinion. So I think those will be the trade package back from Atlanta. Now, if Nick Casario could find a way to finesse and also get Kyle Pitts in that situation, boy, I know everybody want to be a whole bunch of y'all want to be Mills Mafia. That would be a massive weapon to add to this offense. That would be a massive weapon to add to the offense. It will hurt the Falcons, but like I said, knowing they have Deshaun Watson and knowing that a lot of these receivers out there are pausing on where they gonna go until they get clarity with Deshaun Watson's at, thinks that maybe they can take cheaper deals, 1-year deals, things like that. Especially Will Fuller's gonna be cheaper. He's gonna be cheaper anyway. I think he only played in Miami last year for 1 year, $10 million, which I thought was been a cheap contract for him in Houston, and he played even less football in Miami. So he's probably going to be looking at like NFL minimum, a veteran minimum type situation. He's like, I don't see him getting any type of money, so he's not going to hurt anybody's cap space regardless. So that's another reason why I think that Will Fuller going to wait to where Deshaun Watson go, because at very least, if I'm going to take a cheap ass deal, I'm going to go to the quarterback that I look the best with. The quarterback who I look the best with. And to be honest, Deshaun Watson looks better with Will Fuller, with Will Fuller in the lineup than any other guys he's played with. I know people want to bring up Hopkins. Go look at his numbers when Will Fuller's playing in those games, and look at the numbers without Will Fuller. It's a massive jump because Deshaun likes to throw the deep ball. So I think adding Will Fuller to that offense would be massive for Deshaun Watson. And again, especially if it's at home. And like I said, and I think that's what he's leaning towards. I'm not saying I'll be shocked if he's going to the Saints. He's not going to the Saints. I can see him going to the Saints. But it's just something about that Falcons. Like, go home, Roger. Sister say, go home, Roger. Like, I can see that happening. I can see that. I mean, he in Atlanta, you see your uncles and your aunties and your cousins and all your kinfolk. They walking around in Falcons gear. It's Falcons gear, ATL all in the house. And they like, man, come home, bro. Come home. Come home. I know New Orleans got good food. I know they got that Cajun food. I know they got the crawfish and the gumbo and all. I know they got that. I know their food is delicious. But ain't nothing like being at home. Ain't nothing like being at home. Especially with all you've been going through for the past year. You want to come home. You want to come home, bro. Like you said, square business. You want to come home. And I think that's where he's leading towards. Also, sidebar, his girl Jilly. She's an artist. She's a rapper. Trying to be. Wouldn't be surprised if certain artists in Atlanta reach out to her. Hey, who knows, man? Maybe she could sign a record deal to one of them ATL labels. Maybe that's the deciding factor in the situation. No, I'm kidding. Keeping it strictly football, but I think that's like I said. I think it's going to end up being the Falcons. And I think the holdup of the traffic, the reason why it's taking so long, why it's not as fast as everybody thought or wants it to be, is because they got to find a trade partner for Matt Ryan. If I'm not mistaken, I think Matt Ryan has a no-trade clause as well. So it's kind of the same situation. You got to find a place where Matt Ryan is willing to go to. And I think the Colts are probably at the top of their list because they just gave away Carson Wentz. They don't have any first-round picks. They got a couple seconds and some thirds. Maybe give some old capital, like that. Like it would be low round picks. They wouldn't have to, because of how old Matt Ryan is. You don't have to give up any first or anything like that. You can give up some future seconds and things like that. It don't have to be these seconds. It could be future seconds. Give up something like that, and who knows? Maybe something they get back from the Colts also can get thrown into the Deshaun Watson pot to make it just a little bit more sweeter. Who knows? Because I don't think an actual trade deal has been negotiated yet between the Texans and the Falcons or the Saints. I think they have a basis of, okay, we know at the very least we got to come to the table with this. But I don't think it's set in stone. I think it's still going to be some moving parts, and Nick Casario is still going to ask. If Nick Casario better, if he's the GM that y'all think he is, he better ask for some more stuff. He better not just, okay, yeah, I'll take that. No, he better not pull no Bill O'Brien. You have a franchise quarterback that you about to get. You better squeeze every red penny out of that. You better gut that bird to death. You better gut the shit out that bird. You better gut that bird, man. Square business. You get everything you can. Because at the end of the day, we ain't got to trade you. Oh, he ain't going to play for y'all. That's cool. He ain't going to play for y'all either. He ain't gonna play for us. He gonna play for y'all. Hey, square business. He ain't gonna play for neither one of us. He gonna sit his ass on the bench and be at home. That's what he gonna do. So at the end of the day, you gotta give us what we want. This whole thing, well, they go again and say that he's on a team that he'll go to. They don't gotta give up. That's a lie. Because at the end of the day, I don't have to trade him. He can sit on me. I'll let him sit on the bench and get old and just not play football anymore before I get finessed. I know damn sure that. I ain't about to get finessed. Y'all might get finessed, but I ain't. Square business. Like, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell, get more videos. I holla.